Hey everybody, this is Simon Sage from iMore. We are at E3 2013 checking out the upcoming FIFA 14. We've got Lucian here to walk us through it. How's it going, Lucian?
It's going great, actually. How's it going?
Great, eh? Wow, that's the most enthusiastic answer I've gotten today. Everyone's like, oh, tired, oh, we're almost done here. No. But, what's FIFA 14 all about? We've seen FIFA titles on mobile before, right?
Yes, so this is the new game for FIFA, and we've changed a lot since the last iteration. So basically for FIFA, as you probably know, it's all about having real teams, real leagues, real players in there. So in 14, the first thing that's going to be new is that we're going to be adding several few new leagues to the game. We'll have more than 600 real teams. We'll have over 16,000 players in there. And then, since FIFA is a game that's coming out each fall, the first thing we'll always look at is how we can change and improve what we already have in the game. So the first thing that we did this year was basically redesigning all the player interface. So the menus are very similar to those that we have on console this year. So what that enables us to do is that we are going to actually be populating all these tiles with content that's relevant to the player. Depending on the game modes that he's playing, he will get different messages in there that are relevant to him. And then the very big change that is going to happen this year is basically, as you probably know, up until this edition of the game, the control scheme to FIFA was to some extent a mirroring of an HD controller, so you would have buttons on the screen and stuff like that. And now the goal for FIFA 14, the first goal was to have no more buttons in the control scheme. So this would be the FIFA experience made specifically for touchscreen devices. So you would be playing FIFA with the very basic gestures you would do on a touchscreen. So it's drag, tap, and swipe. You would tap to pass, you would swipe to shoot, and you would drag players around the field. And then while you will be defending, you will be tapping on the opposite player to tackle him and get the ball back. You would swipe to perform sliding tackle, and you would drag different players to attack the one that's holding the ball.
Interesting.
I'm going to get inside the game now.
That's smart, because too many of these games are relying on kind of antiquated ideas of virtual joysticks and stuff like that. There are a lot of games there that still aren't really gesture friendly.
Yeah, so basically this is what we think is the future for sports games on touchscreen devices. So this is a control scheme that's made 100% for touchscreen devices. So no longer do we have any buttons in there. It's just gestures that you would normally do on a touchscreen device. So probably when players will be getting inside the game for the first time, they will be just passing on different players from their team in order to pass the ball. And then as they will get better and better at playing the game, they will start dragging players to future positions and tap on the field to pass the ball there. Then you would just do... So there I just scored a goal right now. So what these controls are actually doing are giving more control to the user over the game, because you're no longer just controlling the player that's holding the ball, you're actually controlling all of your players at the same time. You would be dragging them to future positions and tapping the ball, tapping on the screen to pass the ball to them. And then what the swipe to shoot does compared to the old controls is basically this is no longer a brain training where you would need to learn what's the direction and what's the power you should shoot. You are actually going to draw the direction that you're going to shoot to score a goal. So you will be able to curve the ball, you will be able to basically score much more spectacular goals. And then when you're defending, as I am right now, you can just tap on the player and one of your players will instantly attack him and try to get back the ball for you. Let's just give it away. Or you can just basically drag all the players that you have on the field and attack him. That wouldn't be a good idea because other players would then get free, but it's something that you can do.
What can you tell us about the graphics? How have they been upgraded since the last version?
Well, basically we will have in there, there will be new players' faces, there will be the new kits, new balls, stuff like that. So FIFA 13 was already a great looking game. So the graphics aren't that much different as the leap was from 12 to 13, but the game looks great. Let's just score a goal and then we can go to instant replay and see exactly what we're talking about here. So yeah, that was a pretty cool one.
You're cheating, aren't you?
No, I'm not. So, as you see, the player resemblance, it's actually really good. So this is Messi, for instance. You can actually see his face. He actually looks good, and yeah. That's Iniesta there.
And you can share those out to YouTube. Wow, nice.
Yes. You could do that in 13. That's also going to be present in 14. You will be able to upload basically any replay that you want instantly to YouTube. And now I'm just going to get out really quickly of the game to talk to you about another cool thing that we did. So one feedback that we've gotten a lot from our users on our forums and SOCOM channels was a lot of people were asking why can we have the commentaries in Spanish, in French, in German to the game. So up until 14 we only had commentaries in English in there, and that was basically an issue of the package size on the App Store. So FIFA 13 is already a very big game. It's like 1.7 gigs with just English commentary. So if you were to add to that more languages, that would even increase the size even more. So what we're going to do with 14 is basically solve two problems at the same time. So when you will download the game from the App Store or the Google Play Store, you will get it without any type of commentaries. And then we will give away commentaries in 5 different languages as free downloadable content. So you will be prompted with this message, and you would just be choosing the commentaries that you like. So let me just give you a sample of how that is. So
thank you for joining us. Andy Townsend is here.
Eh bien oui, Hervé, vous voyez, quand le ballon est fuyant comme ça, là, à ras de terre, et...
Vaya partidito que vamos a vivir hoy, chaval, con las chavalas que hay por la calle, ponerte...
Herzlich willkommen, liebe Zuschauer, das heute ist...
L'arbitro non ha dubbi, indica il dischetto, calcio di rigore.
yeah, so that's about it.
So what about in terms of like player and team progression? Like, does your team gain in skill? Do you have any customization options there?
So this is a match of kickoff that I showed you. So it's real teams from real life. FIFA Ultimate Team will also be available in there, and that's basically the fantasy of creating your very own club. So that's something more in the area of what you're talking about. So there you are creating your very own club, your very own squads, and you are able to apply consumable items to those players and improve their morale, their fitness, and stuff like that. So that's basically a different game mode than this one. But so that will be in there definitely.
Cool. So once it's coming out, how much is it going to cost?
So the game is going to come out at about the same time frame as the console game, so later this fall. And it will come out on both iOS and Android platforms initially, but we're also looking at other mobile platforms, which we will probably announce at a later date that the game will be coming out to. And in terms of the pricing, that's something that we are going to address closer to launch, so we're still more than 3 months away from launch right now. So that's something that we are going to talk about in a month or two.
Great, thanks a lot, Lucian.
Thanks a lot for coming.